Holy shit, I just watched episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Mekakucity Actors. Obviously, I have fallen behind on this show by a few weeks, but I finally caught up, especially because people kept asking me if I was still watching it. The reason I had it on hold is just because I had originally been watching it with my brother Victor, and he just didn't seem to be that interested in continuing in general, so eventually I decided to watch it without him. And I can't say that I was missing much by not making videos for each of these episodes, because even though back when episode 3 came out, I made a video where I was like, oh yeah, it seems like things are finally moving, so maybe this show will start, maybe we'll be able to understand what's going on before too long. And then right after that, episode 4 is about something completely different. Then episode 5 sort of continues the storyline from episode 3, but nothing really happens in episode 5. It was mostly characters standing around talking. We learn a little bit more, but not a significant amount. Nothing that would constitute a plot or progression or understanding. And then episode 6 is so different that I'm not even sure it's in the same timeline. I'm not sure if it's like a prequel episode or if it even is something that actually happened in the same universe as the rest of the story. As this show has gone on, it just keeps getting more trippy and hard to follow, and I don't know if I'd consider that a good or a bad thing. On the one hand, every time I watch an episode I'm like, where the hell is this going? But on the other hand, I feel like I'm not supposed to know. I think I said this in one of the earlier episodes, that this show sort of locks you into a rhythm and you just gotta go with it. You just gotta sit back and be ready for whatever the episode's gonna throw at you, because if you come into it with any expectations, they will not be met. There's not gonna be a marked progression of story. There's not gonna be the moments that you expect to happen are not going to happen. It's going to be whatever. Maybe people who watched the music videos have a better grasp of what's going on, but when there's 15 minutes of just random dialogue that doesn't really have to do with anything in particular, then I'm sitting there going, that couldn't have been in the videos, right? Maybe it's in the novels. I have no idea. I can't begrudge the show, because even though I'm always confused, I'm usually pretty entertained. I mean, some of the dialogue is pretty decent. The characters are watchable. There's a couple characters I don't really care for. The guy who they refer to as Fox-eyed or whatever just seems really cliche to me, and I don't necessarily like his archetype. And when the characters all hang out in one big group, I feel like no one really has the chance to shine. They all have to do so little so that they can all have, a couple lines of dialogue, that no one gets fleshed out when they're all bunched up like that. When the show does have its big music video scenes, those are usually really cool, just breathtaking visuals, great dramatic music, and those moments are totally memorable and interesting. It's funny because it almost feels like the show is best when it just is a music video, which is what the original was anyway, and everything between the music video just seems like filler that's just entertaining enough to keep me going, well, I'll watch it, but I don't know what the hell it is. I feel like the expectation with this series was that people who were watching it were already going to know about other parts of the Kagero project, or would, after seeing parts of the show, go investigate, because it doesn't feel like the show is making any effort whatsoever to be a standalone thing that you can just watch and understand. A lot of people have said that it's been significantly different from the other parts of the project, and some people were disappointed by that, but I think that's probably the point, is that it's not supposed to be a replacement. It's not you can watch the anime or the other thing. It's meant to be a side thing, so people who are already fans of the music videos, already fans of the novels or the manga, can watch this and get something totally different with the same characters. I could be wrong about that, because I still haven't looked into any of the other parts of this thing, but that's the impression I get, which makes it in some small way even more fascinating to watch for me, where I still have no idea where this is going. I've seen little hints online, because I read the 4chan anime board, or on Twitter, or in the comments on these videos, where people give me little hints of where the story is going, but I still have so little of the big picture that all of it's just nonsense to me. It's apparently this and this are going on, and I don't know what any of it fucking means. I'm just watching a sound and light show, just kicking back and enjoying the ride wherever it takes me. I might not make videos for every episode of the show while I continue to watch it, just because my impression has remained so much the same after each episode, and there's never been like something in particular that I went, oh man, I need to comment on that. This episode is so different from that one. Every time I pretty much feel the same, so I might hold off for a while, possibly even till the show is over, to make more videos on it, just if my impression remains so similar across each video.